It's that time again where we face IG. The form we get, we have absolutely no clue, but we know this here in Shanghai. BLG are looking to test them, looking to train them up and overtake at equal standings. My name's TheShy. This is Preacher, and like I just said, these two teams equal in standings for the time being.
Yeah, 7-4, 7-4. Both of these two looking for a break and looking at the same amount of games to come up. So, of course, this game is very crucial for both of them. It could well decide who's going to go up ahead and who's going to fall down in terms of the seeding for playoffs. Yep. And that is so important because they both have RNG in their near future.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, RNG, IG, that's a great matchup to talk about. But for these two teams, it's very similar across the board. Similar in series, in games, and remember, it'll go series, games, and then that head-to-head. So there's a matchup we could look back on with the similarities between them.
Yeah, and when you take a look at this, specifically biggest wins is what we need to keep our eyes on. FPX and TES for IG as opposed to LNG and Suning for BLG. That is very important because it means that IG have defeated very big names. BLG, I'm not going to say anything about LNG and Suning, but the fact that they haven't actually been able to pick up wins against the very highly ranked teams right now could be a problem for them.
But it's also the fact that these games, and what I want people to take away, is that the game threes that have occurred between these top tier teams, it's always gone to a game 3. It's always been that explosive matchup that has gone the distance. And so that's why I'm expecting this one to do the same. But Preacher, of course, coming into this, my eyes are on IG and I'm going, are we going to see the same IG that went up against WE that honestly, once again, looked pretty shocking?
Yeah, now when you take a look, that wasn't the greatest game from them. Of course, game number 1 was great, especially from the bottom part of their map, but a lot is left to be desired as the game went onwards. A lot of key weaknesses that we saw because they don't focus down there, and also Ning not paying attention.
I mean, it was the JakeyLove uncharacteristic performance. It was Ning. I mean, like moments like this where you're thinking, what is Ning doing? It's just individual outplays of themselves that let them down, and that's why I have a lot of questions about IG coming into this one and why this matchup, if we looked at it from a Worlds or an MSI perspective, would still say, oh, it's still IG, look, it's still going against BLG.
That was not just a solo play from Ning. He was just standing in random places throughout the entire game, and that is really the story of Ning, right? IG live and die by Ning. It's either he stands in a place for what feels like a year and he gets a double kill, or he dies and he just never recovers throughout the game. So it is wildly inconsistent, and I'm honestly speaking quite tired of asking the question, can IG pick up consistency? Because, well, if you ask the question that many times in and of itself, then the answer is no.
Well, we can look at that, but we can also say there is one part of IG that is consistent, and that is their ability to go to game 3s. IG, 9 out of 11 games have gone to game 3, and 7 of them have been wins.
So at the very least, they have stamina and they also have experience under their belt. If we see a game number 3, the odds in pure statistics are tilted towards them. But, you know, BLG, the real story that we have for this team is they've lost against teams that are ranked above them. They've won against teams that are ranked below them. Now that they're literally standing on the same level as IG, only time will tell.
They're actually above IG as well.
Technically.
They're
just technically.
Doesn't matter. That's all. We're talking technicalities. They're above IG right now. So doesn't matter about people out there going, you know, but it's IG, the skill's there. Well, that's baloney because IG lost to WE. IG lost to V5. Where are your stats? Where's your effort? Where's your merit? The merit for IG surely goes down the wayside just a bit.
Yeah, and look, we talked about it before, but we have to take a look at it every single time. Ning is live or die. Stand in a random place, you either get a kill or you don't. It's smart, but sometimes it looks very bad. And yeah, once again, I don't expect it to change because this is a very small time. IG have never diverted from the plan in summer, and they look like they're going to continue with it.
And so while we're looking to rag a little bit on IG, because we have those high expectations coming out of MSI, when you see a team that represents the region, you know, misperforms against Team Liquid, but also TL kicked their ass, by the way, then come back into summer and look very questionable, you have to harp and say that our expectations were that they were going to Worlds, that they should be a team who hit top 3 easily. At the moment, we don't have that. Where we look at BLG and we say, this time, I think this team can make playoffs because their schedule going ahead, very realistically, they can hit that magic number in 9, maybe even 10 to lock that in for summer.
I would agree with you just because they have RW and also LGD in their sights as well. RNG is going to be a tough game for pretty much anybody involved. But yeah, those two will really solidify it. This is going to be a deciding factor. And like you said, if they do come out ahead of this one as well, they'll have the head-to-head against IG. They'll have 8 wins as well. This has a lot of playoff standing implications.
And remember that matchup of RNGs coming up here for BLG and RNG, as you mentioned. BLG's last matchup, IG's next matchup. So this will give us a better understanding of what teams can take on, you know, some of the big dogs in RNG. We questioned about FPX. Of course, IG triumphed over them. That's why it's so confusing going into this match.
Yeah, and also pretty much every single team that's on the bottom half of our ladder is also challenging upwards. We were talking about JD taking down LNG being an upset in terms of the actual ladder. Now everybody is challenging for a position upwards. So if hypothetically IG lose this game, then everybody will be looking at that and saying we can exploit this for ourselves.
Because IG sitting at 7-4. Remember, BLG at the same at the moment. The purpose of this matchup is to tell us whether IG can make a comfortable run into playoffs. They still have 4 series to go, including this one. Think about the cataclysm of effects that will lead to this. If IG can't secure against BLG 7-5, and they have a couple of matchups going forward that you're like, can they beat RNG?
Look, they can make a run towards playoffs for sure, but comfortable already, the answer is no. It has been rocky from day number 1. They have been up and down, especially against V5. Like you said, that 1-2 defeat against IG was really rocky for them. And yeah, no matter how they go in the aftermath of that, you have to say it's been very uncomfortable, especially for growing.
At this point, I have no doubt that they'll make playoffs. I think it's just the capacity, right? Rogue Warriors, LGD is some of their final matchups. So there you're like, okay, they should be able to beat these two teams, get to number 8, number 7 at the very least, and secure a spot with 9 wins. But again, it's just like the insecurity of not knowing what the final safe number will be, what IG can actually obtain, and if they can beat these teams.
Yeah, and it is very insecure being an IG fan because you just never know whether your team is going to show up or not. You never know whether your bot lane is going to be focused on by the opposing team or not. You never know whether Ning's going to show up or not. There is a lot of questions up in the air, and we never get any of those answers until we get into the game because it looks like it's a completely different team every individual game.
True. It's not about the draft as well. Remember, it's all about the execution of Invictus Gaming, and sometimes you go, okay, what was that? But then sometimes you go, that was incredible. You know, TheShy's Vladimir that we saw against FPX was a great example of incredible IG.
TheShy's Vladimir, you've also got rookies Talia, rookies Kiana as well.
Not enabled breach. Why'd you bring it up? The Kiana's good though.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, just
Kiana.
moving it off onto the Kiana as well. You know, all of these champions are very great, and especially in the 2 solo laners for IG, they've still got their strengths. You know, that's never changed. We've never had questions for them.
That's true, and we're seeing TheShy more consistent, I think now more than ever in the summer split. So there's something to highlight there, especially going into ADD, who I think's been performing really well. Kuro too. A lot of exciting matchups when you think about it, when even though we harp on IG so much, they are still one of the best teams in the league. BLG is shaping up to be one of the best teams in the league. You've got Kuro versus Rookie, which is hype. You've got Ning versus Meteor, who's the rookie jungler who's playing out of his mind. And then you have ADD versus TheShy. Oh yeah, Shanghai's going to get into this one.
首先，让我们跟随普通的 BGM， 一起普通的欢迎普通的 BLG。
BLG's roster, they're coming at us. It's ADD in the top lane, Meteor jungle, Kuro mid, Jinjiao and XinMo in the bottom lane with Coach Bai.
And I am definitely looking forward to seeing how ADD plays just because he has a fundamentally different style from TheShy. He likes to play tanks, especially in the lane. Once he gets into team fights, you know that he'll be disruptive.
Yeah, the BLG mascot's out here today as well. It's a talking head breacher. What else?
Of course, that is their logo, but I didn't know they actually had that mascot.
Yeah, look, I'm not sure what's being held at. Oh, okay.
For the fans.
BLG give up. Yeah, throw it, whatever that was. It looked like a bottle.
That was a long lob.
Throw it a bottle. The TV's drunk. Good night. Goodbye. People say, you know, that's Coach Sim.
Of course. Bilibili, though. You know, they have a little bit of an anime background to their organization.
I will apologize for saying Coach Bai. I'm limited in the past, of course. Of course, Coach Sim. But he's on stage. So let's go to IG Preacher. because we're in Shanghai, and when we're in Shanghai, the crowd is full for IG. And it's TheShy in top lane, Ning in jungle, Rookie mid, JakeyLove and Baolan support with Coach Karam behind them.
And when we take a look at the top side as well, TheShy has always been known to be a Nico and Cannon player. Very strong engagers, very strong AoEs for his team. His team know how to follow up to it. Complete contrast to ADD, and he just wants to execute completely differently.
I mean, for Invictus Gaming, this is going to be so many high matchups against BLG. So many expectations for BLG to reach the pinnacle and give us the best of 3 series. I'm expecting this to go all the way, Preacher. I don't know about you, but like you said, the facts support it. I know you like facts. I know you like stats.
I like it. I like the numbers behind this game as well, which is why it's really difficult to analyze IG because they are up and they are down in every single game, but BLG are very steady.
That man on your screen, Ning on the left side, going up against Meteor, the rookie jungler. It's going to be big. I just love looking through these matchups. Even talking about JakeyLove and Jinjiao.
Oh, yeah.
I expect a lot out of them because Jinjiao's been playing up recently, and I know I say that a lot, but I truly mean it about this AD carry. And then Baolan and XinMo, 2 great supports who have different styles. The Tahm Kench I'd look at, but also I'd look at the Yuumi, the Lux here. As we take a closer look at some stats for BLG and IG running into each other.
It's a lot of numbers, but I actually want to highlight the bottom lane of BLG because they can actually go towards that. Hysterics, I'm staring at it and numbers are not going into my head.
No, I tell you what, it's the 3 games that I pulled out that I thought would be interesting. BLG 6, but IG go to a game 3, 81%, almost 82% of the time. That is an incredible stat.
They got the history behind them, but BLG on the other side, they've got the consistency. You win game number 1, you're pretty much going to win game number 2. So at least we know how both of these 2 teams play and how they don't want to shake things up, especially on BLG
We know that IG don't ward. Let's be honest. 16th in the league, that's pretty poor, but BLG second that, I believe. This is a team that if you haven't watched before, play Korean-style League of Legends. They're more slow, they're paced out towards those later game team fights where they have a lot of priority in vision. They do contest for vision in that early to mid game. And then we get later on and BLG play that one team fight winner through their solo laners and Jinjiao to facilitate.
Yeah, look, that's definitely going to help out against Ning, right? Because Ning likes to always invade very early on, usually by himself as well. So if you can place down some vision to catch him out, you'll know exactly what you're walking into.
Tracking Ning, I like that point. Tracking Ning is going to be up to Meteor, up to the support, and of course the solo lanes of BLG. Because Ning is a patient ganker. He will sit there and wait for a minute 30 if need be to get into lane and to start influencing it immediately. And that's what's so important for IG, that those solo laners get the help with their jungler.
Yeah, so you're going to have to expect the exact matchup between the 2 junglers as well. Let's check this one out, Hysterics. What does it say?
Okay, I can tell you. I'll read you the English part. How about that? It's IG's early game trend, if you didn't know, but I'm looking here and I'm looking at the early game here from BLG, previously known as, you know, back in the day, we talked about 2017 IME, which Jinjiao was on the roster. BLG has been the team that's been the anime remake coming through 2018 and 2019, and the IG early game trend, it's still up there with BLG dropping down.
Yeah, so let's see if they can actually have the rebirth for them right now. There's going to be a really good test into IG.
Maybe it's all IG. It's all IG.
It's all IG,
I'm like,
yeah.
Blue
I didn't
must
see any
be BLG.
No.
I saw Blue
You got
and I was
baited.
like, you know what? I'm baited in by a graphic I cannot read.
You know who else?
Help me.
You know who else got baited? Hysterics? Ning all the time because he just wants to go for those crazy plays.
Okay, so I'm assuming that with pre-15 was the blue and post-15 was
You're on
yellow.
your own.
I'm just going to keep diving down this hole that I've found.
You are on your own, buddy. I'm leaving
let's get
you
one
here.
up for BLG so I can reanalyze.
It's not going to be any easier.
I'll summarize that for everyone out there. What I believe I saw was pre-15 and post-15 for IG. And what it's talking about is the momentum, the way IG have actually slowed down a little bit, even having 29-minute average game time. This is a team that is dying more than they're getting kills. That is almost equal with their losses for their individual game wins. So IG, their momentum in the early game hasn't been as swift because they've been taking more losses, because they've been towards that 50% win rate.
And honestly, when you analyze their playstyle, it is because they always go risky. They never quite know what they want to propel forward. And even if individual players get solo kills, because very well they do have a lane kingdom mentality behind themselves, they never push that priority. They never push bottom side. If JakeyLove ever gets ahead, Ning often doesn't use an early game lead for his own benefit. And both of those 2 things could come up as a weak point for them in a BLG matchup.
Because I come back to this and I want people to really understand this, hence me going on about it, that me and Preach harping on about IG. It was this set up by me, like I harped.
Go for it.
Me harping on IG is not saying that this is a bad team. This is a team that is still great, that has the highest of expectations that we want them to hit in this series, because otherwise the question of IG making it to playoffs is there. This is a series that defines IG is still a top 8 team in the LPL summer.
Yeah, by no standards can we say that IG is a bad team, because their height is literally world champion, and we had that before. However, their consistent midpoint is yet to be reached.
So where is that world champion team, Preacher, into BLG? As we go into pick and ban for game number 1, and as Vincent looks very casual there, what looks
chill.
like Cat from Top Esports. They look chill to go into BLG and IG, a series that I'm expecting to go all the way. Let's get into it.
Sun's out, guns out, hysterics, and immediately from the get-go, I noticed something very important. It is Meteor's Olaf being taken off.
Yeah, also you've got a couple of bans towards the bottom lane. The Yuumi banned away. The hype built up here as BLG lock in their first pick in Gragas.
And it's also very important that BLG ban away Sylas from IG, because we've seen Sylas flex so much towards the mid lane as well. Rookie, a very good Sylas player. If you cast your mind back to the LCK matchup between SKT and Griffin, pick both times.
Yeah, that's right. As for Invictus Gaming, seeing the Varus there means JakeyLove could be going towards that poke Varus once again. The lethality Varus we've seen out of him a couple of times now, and very high win rate in the LPL.
We've also seen a lot of Winz's Rage play, just because you want to get some consistent DPS down, and with an immobile ADC, nothing to expect other than a safe support of Time Kids
That's
or
some
Brawl.
quick picks here from BLG. Aatrox, Corki, solo lane and jungle, immediate locked in. Of course, could be the Gragas down the bottom lane, but not seen that much in the LPL so far.
Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot, because ADD is so good when he gets a strong matchup for himself. Not usually up his wheelhouse, because he's known more for tanks than for carries, but if you give this Aatrox over to him, then it's going to be tough for TheShy to pick out any response.
But will we see a LeBlanc, really?
I mean, it's a rookie favorite.
Oh, thank you. I mean, we've seen so many Corkies, and I know that over in the LEC, the leader was talking about this, that people weren't really willing to challenge the Corki Azir meta that's been set up. They weren't willing to expand on it. This I see as an expansion from IG and a specialist pick by Rookie.
Yeah, and also Assassin mid laners are actually pretty good in the meta right now. They're just slightly outclassed by Corki and Azir, but Rookie, one of the seasoned veterans on this LeBlanc as well, doesn't even want the opposing mid laner to get out of laning phase alive.
I look at two really great LeBlancs. I look at someone like Icon in the past. I look at Rookie for sure. So this is great to see in game 1, but we'll continue with the bans. IG into the Brom, the Gangplank taken away, an ADD special pick, meaning they think this could be something like a Gragas support that the solo laners are not yet nullified.
Yeah, check this one out as well. If it's a Nico ban, then it could really hedge in TheShy, but it's not, so we have a pretty good guess as to what IG's top lane is going to be, and also they just need to pick out a jungler for themselves, which at the moment Sejuani is just too safe to pass up.
Okay, Kali banned away as well, the cannon there too. Now you talk about safety, I look at a jungler here for Ning that I would not consider safe. He's played a lot of Jarvan so far, Preacher.
Yes.
It has been a specialist. Let's go.
I mean, you say a specialty, but he's literally had 3 games on it because he has a 15 champ pool in the summer split alone. This is so unique for him, and now, man, that is even more unique.
Okay. We're seeing a lot more of the return of Kindred here in LPL, and I know we want to talk about the interactions here that Ning can play around with, but let's continue on because BLG is still looking for that 80 carry and wondering if that Gragas will be a support unless this gets locked in.
Yeah, this is also really risky because you know that a Gragas is on the other side already. Gragas ultimate hard counters Kindred ultimate because you bust out everybody in the middle of the Kindred ultimate and then you can burst them down. So it has to be executed very well, and it's looking more towards early game than mid game, late game.
Yeah, Lovers Duo coming through. That would be something against IG's bottom lane, and you know that there's going to be an IG skin somewhere down there.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of disrespect. I actually quite like Rakan, even though he's fallen down in priority just because of his lack of tanking. But with the duo, looks strong as ever, and the poke comes in strong against the Varus as well.
I mean, remember that XinMo is such a good sorcerer down the bottom lane, and great engaged support as well. So the XinMo fits into his wheelhouse quite nicely, but we're going to see what IG pick up last, and TheShy has his Nico open. This is constantly banned against him. He loses cannon, but picks up the other.
Yeah, it wasn't a surprise at all, but everything else considered, I am very interested to track the Kindred ultimate in the mid to late game, because as soon as Gragas starts joining these fights, I don't think it's going to have that much of an impact unless it's timed perfectly.
Rachel, we're going to talk about these comps in depth, because this is a game one with very unique picks across the board. Seeing rookies LeBlanc, my eyes go there, because in the past, when Corky was so heavily prioritized, LeBlanc was part of the answer. And one that I know Rookie is going to be showing us here again.
That is it. The lanes are very standard with the exception of the mid lane. Of course, the LeBlanc has the kill priority on the Corky at all times, so our eyes should be guiding there just like IG's will be.
And just reminded everyone as well why we didn't see something like the Jace. The Jace, the Talia, Mordekaiser still banned here in the LPL. The global ban has been lifted, but of course LPL will be updating there tomorrow. Mordekaiser will be the only global ban. So we get the Nico instead. We get the Shy speciality. We're going to find out if it is that on hit, because you're going up against Aatrox. And Aatrox in the past, you know, like that all-in potential, the on hit, the ability to kite around. I'm not sure. 9-14, you took a big hit to it, so expecting to see the 8 pick.
You know I like numbers, Hysterics, and the numbers for the Shy right now is 8 games on the... it's 4 games, sorry, on the Nico and 2 wins. So 50% win rate. He's once
not
again
enough for me.
meant to see.
I still know he likes his champion, but I'm curious. It's about the individual builds. JakeyLove could go towards the lethality, but then it takes away from the on-hit AD. The Shy could do the same. There's a lot of versatility within the champions itself here on Invictus Gaming. Running into BLG, where they've just picked a very BLG-style comp. We're going to go towards the late game. The Corky, Aatrox, Isaiah Rakan. A lot of good skirmishes here. Let's see how long the game goes as we head into IG. Taking on BLG. Scores the same here in the LPL. 7-4. Who's going to break free? Yeah, look, I'm pretty sure they just got knocked out, so it's enough. Yeah.
Calling them out for the sake of calling them out.
What? That wasn't even Kevin who screamed out TSM, so pretty disappointed as IG looked for a quick invade with a ward down, but I get my answer, Preacher. It is the Glacial Augment top lane for the Shy and the Lethal Tempo for JakeyLove.
Engage heavy potential once again for the Shy, so I'm not surprised to see that. Now, when you take a look at BLG's team composition, the important thing that's always glaring is the fact that they've got such a strong mid-game impact. Aatrox at 2 items, Corky at the first package, they're ready to get into these 5v5s. So immediately you have to imagine that 14 minutes is going to be explosive for that team.
But we're going to get to the point where we build up how this game starts. It's Ning with a top side clear here on the red, beginning for the Kindred. Able to do that by himself quite easily, but ignoring the multiple camps. It's to Wolves, it's towards the blue buff where he can set up for the bottom side and see if he can get the Vara some action.
This is also very important. Go check out the Rookie stream as well, because of course...
No, we don't want people away from this stream.
No,
we like our viewers here.
Jake, my point is that Rookie's going to have a really great time into the Corky as well. LeBlanc with the burst damage, that is what we've been looking for, to break the stalemate of Corky Azir, just bursting down that mid laner.
Kuro has actually had a pretty good trade back to Rookie though, so props to the Corky early on, of course. There's not much more to say about it than that, but you're right. Rookie going to be a big focus this game. The Ignite into the lane with Electrocute. There is no other course of action. It's an assassin mid against a pick that I know a lot of people want to see burn.
And here's an important thing that the Shy always does in topside. He actually gets a level advantage for himself every single time. Always a level 2 rush, because you can lock people down with your Q and also clear waves at the same time. So because of that, he completely bullies that ADD. He's going to extend that gold lead.
Of course, easy when the Shy had the shove and there was a leash by ADD towards Meteor's jungle. So makes sense, but bottom side going to be cleared out. The Wolves and blue buff I talked about, but a back here from Ning. It looks like he's heading towards top, either to Krugs or to get the Shy a bit of a lane gank.
The best thing about ganking an Aatrox is the fact that you can get some extra range into your kit. Both Ning and the Shy have that extra range, so they don't even need to go into turret range.
I like the Observer looking at this though. XinMo has opted in for Airy on the Rakan. Yeah. It's not Guardian. It's not, can't think of anything. I've seen spell books back and forth. but the Airy there looking towards the shield. And the Lovers duo to unite even more.
He's also got that potential to poke out even further. I mean, combined between Jinjiao, they need it into JakeyLove's Varus.
Yeah, they do. Good trades across the map here for IG. Mid and top in a position as that deep ward will spot Ning out, but ADD's already too damn low.
Oh,
Turret
he can't
dive
go back.
in effect. Look at the Gragas run up here as Ning toils with his heart. ADD almost dies to TheShy, but this should be first blood unless any counterplay comes through. Ning walks away out of turret. The flash is there, but ADD lives!
TheShy!
TheShy flashes on top of him, but Meteor comes in just in time. That body bop was huge.
And you know what? ADD actually gets to play League of Legends this game. Meteor goes up top. Even the Corki goes up top just to help the dive potential as well. And IG lose out.
The Gragas there just in time, and Ning passed down. He kited away from the turret, and Meteor made him pay.
That was it. That's what they needed to get into the game. And watch this once again, because ADD is so low. Ning is cutting off the escape, but he's showing his body, which means Gragas can come and also Corki can come.
Oh, he leveled up
down,
as well.
Yeah, the level up to give himself some extra HP
Wow.
and the double CC from Meteor. TheShy has to flash to get it, but it's a 2-for-1.
That is the perfect definition of just in time from the Gragas. The level up from ADD gives him enough health. Otherwise, he's dead.
Yep.
He dies in that at level 3. So perfectly played from BLG. A double kill up to Meteor. The Gragas jungle, the AP potential's there. This is not a tank Gragas you normally see in the LPL or really anywhere in the world. So I'm expecting more explosions from Meteor this game.
Yeah, this is not really the game that you want to see on Ning. Of course, we had a lot of questions with the Kindred. Very questionable in terms of the ultimate interactions with the Gragas as well. And in the early game, because he fell so heavily, he might just be set back against Meteor.
Well, let's find out, because you're right, the double kill hurts him so much, but able to get the mark down there, able to pick up vision in front of the early Ocean Dragon. Dragon that's going to be pretty good here for Invictus Gaming to just make their way back in.
The one reprieve, though, is that TheShy managed to pick up the kill on the top side. So still, 1-1 against 0-1 means that he has lane priority magically into ADD. The only person who really benefited on BLG from that dive was Meteor.
Ning so low. The bottom lane looking for the engage as well. JakeyLove going to get a couple of auto attacks off, but Ning might be caught out here. Meteor
boy.
Takes him for a walk.
All right. We know which Ning is on the
board. I
board.
saw that coming, and now for BLG, they have to survive here as rookies come down to get retribution. The poke down, JakeyLove gets the shutdown on the big Gragas and doesn't get stunned down. The flash with the tongue lash responded by Jinjiao. He's out of there for now, but IG still want him. Rookie still wants the kill as the Lovers the flash in from Rookie. Ignite, good night. Rookie picks up a kill.
Even though he doesn't get a solo kill in his lane, he goes down to the bottom lane, picks one up, forces Jinjiao off, and this is a lot of turret plays for IG.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think IG might actually come out somewhat ahead after the play. They pick off the shutdown onto JakeyLove. He gets the kill, Rookie gets one as well, and they get turret plating. So BLG, start has been nullified somewhat.
Yeah, and even though there was a solo kill, just watch this. I mean, it's nothing but Ning being Ning, goes to the Drake.
Oh, no.
I mean, yeah, there's not a lot to say. However, the rest is a lot because Rookie is coming down. There's no match from his lane opponent. And Meteor gets sandwiched, immediately dies because JakeyLove picks that up. Actually gets bopped to the side, so Jinjiao's Qs didn't hit JakeyLove, and they go even far forward. So a little bit of questionable play from the Gragas, and the Rookie with the flash W.
Oh, man.
It's just numbers from their point.
It's just a commitment, right? He knew the damage to kill him. He knew the Ignite would tickle away. And 1-0-1 on the LeBlanc. Sork Shoes is the first back, along with the Dark Seal. So 3 stacks already there. Now LeBlanc has a lead. Varus has a lead, and it's on-hit Varus. So the scaling potential online and the snowball set up here, despite the early game shenanigans.
It's a double-edged sword, Hysterics, because when you take a look at 3-3, you say, oh, everything's remarkably even. However, all 3 kills are being focused onto Meteor right now. So while it is going to be really tough to execute it onto a Gragas, he can influence all parts of the map.
That's Predator propped nice and early. The World Ender comes through as well. Meteor looking for the charge. Populous is going to come down. He gets popped away, but Ning is here with the ult available, but he can't get in range. He flashes looking for the kill. He's going to get the slowdown with Wolf at the ready. The respite still there if ADD wants to charge him, but he doesn't. He gets another mark. And Ning is looking for backup with Rookie.
Yeah, Rookie's coming in, and ADD has no way to get out.
He doesn't have the ult anymore. He gets charged down and needs the chains to connect. Rookie misses it. So Ning now has to finish up the kill, but he won't mind. Rookie picks up his second kill.
And that was all instigated by TheShy, even though he died in the early part of that engage. The fact that he managed to get his Pop Blossom down, save his life as long as possible for Ning to actually get into that, means that IG could trade out for the better.
And more turret plating to the LeBlanc as well.
Oh, that's deadly.
It's just so aggressive in BLG to match this tempo. I mean, there's going to be a second bit of turret plating here. LeBlanc has the time to play around with, and Rookie, extra 160 gold.
Cash, cash, money, money. He's in the good side, especially against Kuro, because he's always going to have the advantage from this point onwards. However, Kuro has built a Hex Drinker, so we just have to check in on this once again. Watch TheShy. It's crucial that ADD actually walks out of it so he doesn't take any damage, because he anticipates that he has to fight Ning in a 1v1 after Meteor dies. However, he decides to move backwards because he knows that LeBlanc is missing. Missing Pings comes out from his team, has to back off, and it's too slow because Corki cannot ever match the same roam as Rookie.
I mean, he walks up and Pings go down just straight back to lane to maybe get some turret plating off. That's the trade-off you're taking right now as BLG, that you will net and win out. But at the moment, IG trading up in gold. 2,000 in this early game, which is incredible considering Ning's died twice. TheShy's now died twice.
I mean, when we say that LeBlanc is a good matchup into Corki for lane, we don't literally mean in the mid lane. We mean the fact that Corki likes to roam. However, he can never match the roam of LeBlanc, because if he ever moves at the same time, LeBlanc can always 100-0 him. So effectively, Kuro's roam is nullified unless he leads it.
Remember, the package as well is a big part of that. Has that available, but spotted out by a ward, so another roam nullified again. Ning heading towards the bottom side. He picked up a couple of marks here in this early game, and he's in position with Lamb's Respite available.
It is so punishing because Kuro just wants to affect any lane he can. He doesn't want to stay in his own lane. Both of those two things would help him out, but both are denied away.
Oh, this is what the LeBlanc's doing. Package used defensively because Rookie is so far ahead. Lost chapter as well. This is rough for Kuro.
Yeah, completely denied away in terms of his playstyle, and the rest of his map is also suffering for it. Take a look at top side. TheShy is actually having a pretty good time into Aatrox, and bottom lane, JakeyLove is allowed to do this for free because junglers and mids cannot interfere with his lane.
I mean, it's a 25 CS in lane, lead in the top lane, excuse me, and Rookie pulling out this matchup.
Oh, no.
Dragon can be started, but yeah, here comes the body bomb. Actually hits him as well. Meteor is a nuke, and he's still got the damage, plus he gets the shutdown while IG pick up Ocean.
Had 3 kills, now he has 4, and that is the power of a Gragas with a very early game completed jungle item. Just bursted down Rookie, and that is always the counterplay available. I mean, if Kuro can stay alive during Rookie's burst, then he can actually bait him in for Meteor to burst him.
That was such an important kill too for BLG, because now that mid lane is exposed, Kuro's able to push up. He's able to get 2 turret platings off the back of this and deny 2 waves. The Corki is back in this game and now more relevant than ever after having to sidetrack towards the Hex Drinker.
More importantly, if he completes his Sheen on this back as well, then he's going to have a really good time trading into Rookie. So that's going to be another punishing factor, and Rookie once again needs to turn his eyes away from his lane.
Meteor being so active in this early game. Pop Blossom going to come through from TheShy. ADD once again walks away from it, slowed down, but Meteor ready to come on in. The explosive cast, perfectly done. The world ender, just for the trials and tribulation. Meteor is slapping everyone.
It looks so easy, doesn't it, Hysterics? The fact that Meteor comes in, bobs his ultimate because he knows that TheShy isn't going to do it. Actually had flash on TheShy, but refused to use it in order to get back. Instead, cops the ulti and actually moves forward.
And for IG, losing towards this top side, mid gets beaten out as well. Now it's up to bottom lane as Rookie's here. The Chain Corruption land. It's actually going to connect to Jinjiao as well. Rookie looking for a free kill as the feathers fly in the storm. Rookie cannot engage, but a flash burn. And Rookie flashes as well, double ignite. JakeyLove takes turret over Rookie, jumps back in. He'll die too to XinMo. That was messy, but I didn't quite mind it.
It was way too gung-ho, and he had a timer on him because Kuro was pushing mid lane, so he wanted to get the kills very quickly. However, only managed to get 1, dies for his name as well, gives the benefit over to Kuro.
And ADD teleports towards the bottom lane. Summon a burn here for the top lane, and now swapping around as Rift Herald goes down, but for BLG. They trade off in the fight in the bottom side. They get Rift Herald, and the gold is back to even.
And because the kills went over to Meteor primarily on BLG, he will always have the jungle priority, which is actually quite deadly in the early game. You could already see Rift Herald to his name. Next Drake should be heavily controlled by BLG as well. This is a game that IG is slowly letting slip from their hands.
Yeah, well, the early game's been so explosive so far, Preacher. Meteor has been set up nicely and has just been so proactive on the map where Ning now going to have to react to this one. Riftel through the mid lane. This is such an aggressive push from BLG.
Whenever you get turret plays that low, you know that a Rift Herald is going to immediately 100-0 the turret. Just watch it right now, and Rookie needs to defend this.
I mean, the Riftel going to come in. He can't. Turret plate, first turret of the game, over to the mid lane Corki.
Again, the money slowly moving towards BLG, and the fact that this turret is broken so easily enables the two objectives. When Baron comes up in a little while, it's going to enable them hugely. The fact that they can push out and also have the security of their own mid lane means that BLG is in a prime position, and it also enables Kuro once again to roam safely.
That Corki was so far behind, but now 1,000 gold over Rookie, who's looking to channel and move his way into the Raptors, but will be spotted out by a ward on the way in. Bottom lane 1,500 gold, but the top side's ahead as we look for the engage. Ning is down here. JakeyLove under turret is taking up. Move! JakeyLove, you just took half your health.
Yeah, that was definitely not worth, but another thing to really focus on is the fact that while that mid lane turret is busted down and allows Kuro to move, it also stops Rookie from moving, because wards can now be placed much more ahead for BLG, and Rookie has to be checking every single brush that he walks in, which is not something that Rookie is known to do.
But he has a direct channel towards the bottom side while IG pick up this turret, while BLG move towards the pixel brush up near the mid lane. IG are making the roam as well. It's the setup for the next Cloud Dragon, and the setup around this scuttle with an elongated mid lane.
They know where their strengths lie. They know that JakeyLove is still ahead, and they really wanted to play towards it. But once again, now that turrets are down, and now that they have the group, you'd have to say that the roaming advantage just goes to BLG because of the mid lane taken down. Let's see if IG can actually respond in kind, because Rookie will have to be the center point.
And because the mid laner has a 30 CS lead over Rookie, right? So at this point, the Hex Drinker, while it delays a Corki, puts him behind for the defensive option in lane. It didn't really matter this game. No. He's almost towards the Trinity Force with chalk shoes. It's 15 minutes in the game, and this is great timing for the Corki that picked up so much gold and now roaming towards the top side.
Yeah, Meteor's going to be spotted out, but Kuro is not known to be here.
3 members here. TheShy needs a miracle, and I don't think he's going to find it. Exploded and blossomed out.
Meteor's ultimates have been key in ganking top lane. Every single time, moving TheShy, who is just so squishy right now, still with no tank stats to his name, and he is just getting burst down 100-0 every game.
A lot of people asking why were BLG in contention with IG? Why is it not just IG being the better team here? Well, for BLG, they've been playing up. They've been having a great summer split. They look like a playoff-ready team, and they're showing it here in the game one with a lead over Invictus Gaming.
They know their strengths, and they're abusing it every single time. Because TheShy has no way to get out of these engages, Meteor just visits over and over. 4 kills onto the Gragas now. 5 means that he can always get the damage down.
He's just taking them all. He's got the Oblivion Orb in the inventory. The Predator Gragas is almost towards 2 items.
Yeah, bring me back to Season 3 with the Nuke Gragas.
Oh yeah, the instant unreactable ult. That was nice. As IG onto the Cloud Dragon. This will be another nice entity, but what comes next? My biggest concern here is Rookie over the wall. It's going to be in a mountain, sorry, but don't worry about that. BLG grouped as 4.
They're pretty sure that IG didn't actually want to take that fight, and there was no real way to 100-0 whoever Rookie caught out. But still, BLG in the driver's seat. They lost out on the Dragon, but now they can start getting pressure down onto the top side, because in 3 minutes, Baron is going to spawn. And they actually have a very ridiculous team comp to do it, because you see ADD's got the Aatrox with his first and second Qs, going to be very impactful in team fights, as well as a fed Meteor, which goes unsaid.
I mean, Kuro's got his first item too, remember, so Trinity Force now picked up, and I'm waiting for Jinjiao to get that Essence Reaver, which, yes, now, after basing, has been picked up too. Kuro waiting in the wing here, waiting for an entity to walk in. And it's Ning, who, this game, I mean, it's been back and forth. He's had some good moments, but overall, I'd say that, you know, Ning, once again, this time, feels more like he's being out-drunk.
Yep, because he was caught out around that Drake, and he hasn't really managed to recover from that point onwards, Hysterics. It has definitely worked against him, and I expect that it's going to work against him even further, just because the Gragas ulti, got to say it right now, completely nullifies the Kindred ultimate. You can always bust anybody out of it.
Hey, that's a great point.
Yeah, that's going to be really punishing. I mean, sure, Ning can keep people alive, but it's only going to be for a microsecond before you actually get bopped out.
I mean, the explosive cast, the package from Corki as well, moves people aside.
And it also gives a really clear target as to where XinMo should engage, because nobody can walk out of it unless they just want to be bursted down.
That's true. So we haven't really seen it. Actually, we haven't seen a Kindred ult yet. from Ning.
Because it's so hard to execute. There haven't been any good positions. It's either you get 100-0 or you don't. And that Kindred ulti hasn't actually had a condition where it could have saved someone.
But around the objectives we were talking about before, that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense here in this game number 1. As Invictus Gaming now heading towards that top side. It's clearing vision time here for Baolan, but he's walked in blind into ADD.
Oh boy.
3, 4 members here walking around. Chains Corruption with a TP coming in from TheShy. Rookie's on his way as well, but the Corky's not there just yet. This is 5 versus 4 for about 2 seconds.
And now everybody is grouped together. Gragas has no ulti.
Good stun there from the Nico. XinMo takes that chunk of damage as IG looking now at ADD. Ning going to be pulled in but dodges away, kites around, and IG healthier than BLG.
And the key member with all of the kills.
He's still going! XinMo destroyed. Rookie is insane. There was no vision there.
That was enabled because the Fed member on BLG Meteor had to go back to base. So there was no damage response from BLG available. Only Kuro could have hit back onto Rookie, but the burst is too strong.
The LeBlanc's 4-2-1, and although the Corky came back into this game, Rookie with his first item was always ahead. Picked up those early kills. The snowball was rolling, and it's good to see that it's still in momentum running into now 20 minutes.
He is pretty much a saving factor for his team right now. If he can pick out some stray members on BLG, that is the point of success for themselves. But in order to do so, IG needs some very smart wards, and they have to change up their playstyle drastically. So far, checking into the top side of BLG's map, IG has got some limited vision over there, so at the very least they'll know when people are trying to move towards the Baron.
Teleport burned here from JakeyLove. ADD looking for something down the bottom lane. Ning going to be spotted down the ward here now, but we have a quick replay of Rookie on his own skin. Looking mighty fine.
He knows for certain that Meteor's going back.
Easy.
Somebody's over there. He wanted to get the Gragas, but instead gets the Rakan. Money's money.
Oh, speaking of wanting kills, Baolan brings in Rookie once again for the fight. Ning might be caught out here. Lance fight is available. Wen's going to be burned. Now gets dropped down to Jinjiao in the fight as well. IG coming from the wrong side of Summoner's Rift as JakeyLove now joining in the fight. But look, Corky's not there for BLG. They're still fighting the fight, but ADD will drop. Meteor low, and this is IG for the taking until the package from Kuro's in transition.
Yeah, he's coming over, but Rookie's got a target.
He's got the stun. The Chains Corruption finally comes out. Here comes the package, but it doesn't hit anyone. The feathers fly out to JakeyLove as Kuro joins in and kills Rookie.
IG were just too hesitant, didn't pull the trigger to go forward. They knew inevitably Kuro would have joined, and eventually the Corky picks himself up a kill when he gets there.
And BLG is so healthy here. They can push in the bottom wave. They can finally find that outer turret just with Kuro alone.
Yeah, that was a great pick from IG, actually, and Ning's ultimate had full effect for his team because he survived for so long and then got eaten up by Baolan, but in the end there, not enough damage to actually return damage onto BLG. ADD was on full health when he killed Ning, so there was no chance of a 1-for-1.
I mean, this is a fight that the BLG can go either way, but just these small, minute moments that come through where IG getting caught out and started with TheShy.
Yep.
Died early into this one.
It's always TheShy being focused down, and it's a 4 versus 4 right now just because Corky's on the top side of the map. Check out the pull from IG because they want to come down onto the bottom side. Eventually going to get disengaged. Great ultimate from Ning to actually save his own life, but it's not for long enough, and eventually he'll get taken down by the Aatrox, who's still on full HP.
And we're fighting in live once again, so while this turned out as IG getting a kill, later on the Corky comes through, I think we need to go to live. Forget the play. It's over. Look live. Thank you. Pop Blossom from TheShy was committed there. An even more important reason, XinMo gets doubled down on by Rookie. IG still want to take this, and ADD over the wall almost dies himself as Ning channeling forward. Rookie's there too. TheShy sends his clone out, and the Tangle Barbs do not connect.
Don't forget Hysterics. After all that's said and done, no kills, and TheShy doesn't have ulti.
And they want the Mountain Dragon too, so there's a reason everyone's sticking around.
Yeah, ADD has great engage with his 2 Qs. Let's see if he can actually get them off.
But Rookie's hanging around on the flank. This is important. 5 versus 5 around the pit. TheShy sends out the Ghost once again as IG all the way into the Dragon Pit. Ning wants to commit for this one. Great Chains of Corruption, the lockdown as well. They can't find it.
Oh.
AD almost gets burnt down. It does before the fight begins. BLG caught out napping here. Dragon will go down as well. And Invictus Gaming send them homeward.
Props to JakeyLove because his ultimate was actually perfectly spaced. He didn't have a target in mind, but whoever got hit was going to be hit.
That's a quick Baron turn, Breacher. BLG no, but IG is owning them away.
Yeah, and also ADD is not there, so it's a 4v5 and IG have the upper ground.
And there's been props to BLG for matching tempo, but IG played the tempo game best. Spooky Ghost come on out while Baron's down at 4k. Ward's going to spot them out, no control ward in the pit, but the quickness has been burnt. XinMo once again in, he flashes in. Meteor steals the Baron! BLG IG stay in this game, and Meteor's gonna die at the cost of the purple worm.
I do not believe it. IG spent so long on that Baron, and Meteor gives his own life for it. That is ridiculous and well played by him.
They were smashing that Harbin. 2,373 dollops of Harbin going down your gullet with that amazing play.
Crack open a cool one with Meteor. That was so well played by him as well. Take a look as he goes full Solid Snake. Actually walks towards the pit. Nobody's looking at him. Jumps over the wall.
Oh, 64.
You hate to see it if you're Ning, but once again, the Fed Gragas with the levels, he has a stronger smite.
That for IG is going to hurt them as BLG take the gold lead in this game once again, as Meteor has been playing a sick game one. I again call out to everyone out in chat watching the LPL why we were hyping this game up, because BLG are a fierce competitive team in the LPL running into playoffs.
Consistency is always one of the LPL hysterics, and right now, BLG's consistent attitude forward is winning them the game. The fact that they managed to steal away the Baron and also the early game from Meteor alone, you got to give that guy props.
And you've got a 6-3-3 Gragas who just sold Baron, who gave BLG the entrance and the window back into this game. They're pushing through the side lane. They're looking to break open a turret as Rookie's doing the same for IG.
Man, that is not just a window into this game. This guy has pretty much knocked down the entire wall for his team. And in the bottom lane, take a look, facilitating once more on the opposite side. TheShy is by himself.
Still a lot of wave clear here, even with the Baron, as the Sorcerer minions push on in. TheShy sends out the hose once again, but the turret will fall while BLG situationally choose to go back to the mid lane.
Yeah, this is actually great, but he's caught.
Yeah, a Rookie's trying to jump in, gets him down to half health. Still not enough damage from the LeBlanc here. It's a good pick up. TheShy with a pop blossom. Rookie follows up, and that's one quick pick at the World Ender from ADD. He's going to have to chart over the wall. IG to 5-man force go around, but JakeyLove has taken another pathway.
And now Rookie is trying to get into this JakeyLove. Can't actually get
Flash and Chains of Corruption is available, so I was expecting that one, but for BLG, they're safe after losing Kuro, and that slows down the Baron play.
Yeah, they were way too aggressive going forward. They didn't distribute their members correctly. ADD was not on the bottom side with teleport ready to join mid lane, and then Kuro gets caught in the backfire.
And now that the pick's been coming through, Rookie has this ability to position himself aggressively, and the 2-item LeBlanc, the assassination potential's rearing up.
Yeah, so when we take a look at IG, it is always Rookie with the 100-0 potential.
Like I said, look at this. Jinjiao doesn't saves it. Rookie almost dies, flashes away. Meteor really quick on the trigger himself.
Yeah, it is just the assassin play versus assassin play at this point. Meteor, Gragas is not usually known as an assassin, but given his amount of kills in the early game, might as well be one into Rookie. You saw if his Q detonated, would have killed him.
I mean, that's almost 3 items on Gragas. That is a big jungler at this point. Someone who can, as you just mentioned, deal with Rookie. But it's not just Rookie you have to worry about. As we go into this mid-game, look at the 3-item Varus, the Nico, who's almost towards 3 items herself. There are a lot of items building up, and a big window now for IG to play through them if they can get that pick.
Yeah, and the lull and the split push potential is always the worst part for IG, because TheShy off on a side lane has not worked out for him the entire game. He is target number 1 for BLG. It's like he has a bounty on his name outside of the actual game for this team, because they are just camping him hardcore. Every single time, Meteor and ADD always on his back, and for really good reason, because Nico is extremely squishy and always gets 100-0.
Oh, that's package used in the mid lane, though. Before we come back to that conversation, JakeyLove going to eat enough. Okay. Construction locks down the mid laner as he's firing away. JakeyLove may lose his support, but look at what happened. TheShy coming on in, looking for the Tangle Buffs. The ult here from Jinjiao. Pop also going to come through. Locks down ADD while Ning is firing as well. They'll get him though, and TheShy dropping down means it's a lot of work for IG. Great explosive cast. JakeyLove's left alone.
There was really great re-engage potential, but it wasn't met, and now Rookie's off on the side, cannot defend.
So hard to kill them. There's not enough damage at the moment from Invictus Gaming, and losing 3 members, that's got to be an inhibitor.
It all started from Baolan being picked out. However, they're going to take all of this and got to set up for the Dragon perfectly.
Look at the Baron power play. Harbin says no, it didn't work out. BLG say yes. That's our inhibitor. That's a win.
It was meant to be BLG's Baron anyway,
Rookie. But XinMo knows the way to go.
Get out of there.
And it's out, yeah.
I mean, that arrow was also ridiculously close, but
you take that.
Yep.
BLG take that because they broke the inhibitor here in game 1. And the plan to shut down TheShy from keeping him down before he even gets going, that's a plan that teams like SKT have used in the past, that international teams have tried to do. And it comes down to this, where JakeyLove's the only one doing damage.
And so far, you have to say that it's worked for BLG, because if you take a look at TheShy's impact inside of this fight, ultimately not that useful. He throws it out, can't actually root down Jinjiao, and his ultimate only gets one member before he falls. That is the point at which BLG wins.
And because he can't get the good ult, in the end, Rookie can't really find his way in. He's hitting from the side. JakeyLove's lost his reinforcements. And the Fed members of Invictus Gaming are falling to the wayside.
And honestly, it makes sense, because a 1/6 Nico can never run into the middle of the enemy team. Ultimate doesn't do that much damage, even though it does have the lockdown. But if you don't find the engage, then you can never use it.
And of course, the situation is there with the 1/6 Nico, as you mentioned, because TheShy constantly has to burn his flash to escape, to disappear. We've only seen it aggressively once in this game, where that would how he'd position himself against the Aatrox, against the rest of BLG. So in this game number 1, I like what I see from BLG. I like the proactivity. And now that we're getting towards their territory, the late game, we've got another Baron that's spawning up.
Yeah, exactly. Baron's going to be the next priority. Now currently available. Vision advantage goes over to BLG. Checking in with summoners. Pretty much every single major one except for the flash on Ning is available. So jungler cannot jump over the wall.
And I'll say the flash from Rookie is important, that it's not up and available, that JakeyLove has his flash with Chains of Corruption. That could be big if he lands it on.
Yeah, the important
carry.
ultimate is always the Chains of Corruption around objectives. So let's see if IG can actually hit it.
Well, maybe if we see a Lamb's Respite, there's a lot of ultimates to look out for as Rookie's over the wall once again onto ADD. The Tangle Barbs do not connect. And IG, that's an ultimate burn by XinMo. He wants to go in, he finds the Darm Catch, the explosive cast. So good from Meteor. He'll pop blossom down. TheShy is already dead. IG have lost their top player. And now for Meteor trying to run away from Rookie, but the damage is done. Lamb's Respite comes out, but BLG move into it as Meteor around the side is still available. Powerland will drop as well. JakeyLove has to flash, and Invictus Gaming are dropping left, right, and center. Rookie's the only one, apart from Ning, alive, and I don't think IG can withstand the pressure.
That was such good kiting from BLG. As soon as TheShy gets popped back, pops the ultimate, everybody moves out. He didn't catch anyone, and without that major lockdown, they re-engage and find the kills.
I mean, Ning's still here, but he doesn't have the ult. He gets flashed on, ignited, almost chunked it out. BLG have done the damage. You got the TPs. They want to end this game.
Yeah, and they can do so. Hysterics still 15 seconds on the JakeyLove.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
They'd rather look towards the Baron, but that is more or less guaranteed.
I like this, though. Another team, like I was going to say Suning, another team in the league would look for the end there with shallow death timers, but BLG play it safe off the back of this great engage.
Yeah, they engage onto the Dark Catch and also the bot back onto TheShy. But watch this. Everybody moves out. Nobody gets hit by TheShy ultimate, so there's no engage from IG. And once again, Rookie has no avenue inwards while everybody else on IG is being pummeled down.
And Meteor takes the time to reposition in this fight as well. He was the MVP with the explosive cast, then comes around the side to get the final hurrah, or rather just force him out in case there was one.
Yeah, and look, Rookie just needs some lockdown so he can go in without being turned back onto. However, the fact that it's never available, the fact that Ning cannot use his ultimate on top of Rookie to keep him alive either, is the reason why this assassin cannot actually kill him.
And I'm ecstatic the fact that BLG are outplaying IG here. They're playing more proactive. They're playing around this Baron. And IG down 6,000 gold with 4 elementals will not matter if BLG get that last team fight, the next one that could end game 1.
So great for BLG. Bottom lane and mid lane inhibitor is down for IG, means that it's always going to be pushing into the base, so they could just force down top. Doesn't even need to turn their eyes towards the Baron.
Yeah, that's right. They don't need the help of it right now. The inner turret's going to drop here quite easily in IG, sitting in their base defending, looking for the last hurrah. A pop blossom needed. An ultimate, a Lamb's Respite, but BLG can jump inside it. I want to see those Chains of Corruption chain onto at least 4.
Oh, yeah, but that's what we need to watch for Hysterics. TheShy will make it all up if you can get a 5-man ult.
He has to teleport and look at where the wards are. There is no flanking ward, so he has to come straight forward. That's going to be XinMo looking for the engage here as Tangle Barbs do connect, but TheShy doesn't want to proact that anymore.
Yeah, he wants to go around in order to get the ulti into a good position. Unfortunately, can't find it.
Look
Look at that base. They can't defend.
I mean, they're going to lose top lane inhibitor as well at this point.
Yeah, they have to split their focus, and that is so punishing for them.
Inhibitor will come up in the mid lane, but from Invictus Gaming, they're looking for the fight. Meteor over the wall, body slams away. ADD doesn't get the chains in as top lane turret eventually drops. Chains of Corruption was horrible there from JakeyLove, and that means BLG can walk in.
If you don't fight with the turret, you can't fight without it. BLG should surely get this inhibitor.
Now, Kuro is at half health. That's good, but Jinjiao sends the feathers out. TheShy dies to it. He gets burned. XinMo ult. Time catch gonna lick himself into an early grave. Rookie jumps in, bopped away as well. As for Invictus Gaming, they've already given away a double. The flash on in, the land for spite is late, but Ning so damn low. They come out of it, a triple, not the quadra. That pet is taken away. BLG style on Invictus Gaming. Outplay the world champions of 2018 and show us that game one was well deserved.
And that was all on the back of Meteor from that early game. 3 early kills and the Gragas turned into an assassin in the jungle. CC, what? Don't even need to lock him down if you just kill him outright, and he influenced the entire map. Not only that, but he shut down TheShy and he made sure that Ning's ultimate had 0 impact in the game.
I mean, what is happening with IG? Yes, there are a lot of questions about them. And there are some moments in that game where you say, Invictus Gaming, what is going on? Hence why in this matchup we said, we're harping on them because we have high expectations. The expectations are still there and they are not hitting them in a game that was so back and forth.
However, you can't talk about IG without talking about the team that just beat them. BLG knew exactly where to put their pressure as well. Meteor knew that TheShy was always going to be a focal point. Doesn't usually build tank on the Nico, obviously wants to go for the hose and also for the spooky shadows in order to get the engage down. Instead, shuts him down. He was about 1 for 7 or 1 for 8 by the end of that game, so he could never find a multiple-man pop loss.
Hey, what did I say in the game? Remember the tactic and I guess the technique you'd say that teams use against Invictus Gaming is shutting down the top lane. We saw at MSI that TheShy was constantly shut down. In the early game, Meteor set up a tent in that top lane. And 80 didn't come out exceptional, but Meteor did. And Meteor was a menace.
And at the end of the day, TheShy is always going to be the bread and butter for IG. He usually goes on the Cannon or the Nico, but the playstyle is similar. Get a flank down and get the hard engages onto your enemies. Can't do that if you're so far behind.
Yeah, I got to say though, for the side of IG, I was looking towards Rookie that game. He had a great LeBlanc performance. Then Kuro caught up. And I'm like, okay, JakeyLove. Then Jinjiao caught up. And there was just nothing that IG could do because it comes back to the root of the problem. Ning, what day was he having? Not the greatest. I didn't like the Kindred at all. Throw that in the bin because I do not want to see Ning on that in game 2.
Yeah, it did not look that great. I'm going to call it as it is. And also the fact that he couldn't actually influence the rest of the map. Look at the way that Rookie could have potentially got into the fights, right? Because you had TheShy who could have gone in with a weak ultimate, but still with the lockdown very strong. Couldn't find that engage. And then the Tahm Kench Baolan had to move forward. Just gets caught out.
When you see a Gragas, just a side note to interrupt, when you see a Gragas that early in draft and you lock in a Kindred, you know that immediately all you have to do, a Gragas just has to throw a cask in.
That's it.
You said it in game. Throw a cask into the middle of that ulti. They get sent out. It's done.
Didn't like it.
Negated.
Didn't actually influence any of the lanes massively either. So didn't have it for the early game, didn't have it for the team fights. Don't really know what it was doing there. Get rid of it.
I mean, Ning has played so much Jarvan before, excuse me. It's going to call him Cataclysm, but ultimates like that would have been so useful in that game. And for Invictus Gaming, that game 1, remnants of what we saw against WE, where there's some question marks, where the inconsistencies start to show. But then we turn around to BLG and we say, hey, that was great from Meteor. That was actually a very good game where they matched the early aggression and tempered it against IG.
They knew exactly where to focus their pressure. They didn't want to go down onto the bot side. Obviously, everything could be disengaged with the TK. They didn't really want to focus on Rookie either because Meteor could have just given up a few kills. So instead, ganking TheShy over and over again. Hey, if it works, right?
Yeah, matching the bottom lane there too. I think Meteor had a very explosive game. Like I said, he was everywhere in that early game. We got to late and he pressed the Zara and you're like, wow, that's half of JakeyLove's health. That's half of TheShy who got bopped back. Had some great moments, and that's why, again, we talk about the jungle matchup being so important, because Meteor is the rookie. He's the fresh blood who's showing up, Ning.
Yep, and the reason why he could focus so much on the top side is because their bottom lane is so self-sufficient. You saw Jinjiao every single time. He dodged out the Nico Qs to the point where they just did not have any sort of impact. Ultimate every single time means that you don't need to focus on your ADC. You focus on their team.
Yeah, Jinjiao was huge by the end of that game. There's some really good ultimates and hard to lock him down. So when IG did find a kill on Jinjiao, you thought, great, that opens something up. IG head towards Baron, BLG contest, Meteor stealing it.
Yeah.
Meteor, I said his explosive casts were big, but him stealing the Baron, that's why if he doesn't get MVP, I'm actually not going to break this, but I'll do something.
There is literally no other option. The fact that he has such a good early game, the fact that he influences every other part of the map, and also the Baron as well. Put the Baron on top of that, your laptop is going to be safe, because I'm 99% sure it's going to be.
Yeah, it has to be. That was a good game 1. BLG, open it up. I said this was going to go the distance, and my words meant it. IG 9 out of 11 series
it.
have gone to game 3s. Let's see if they can do it for time number 10 right after this.